Hey guys, welcome to Shiloh's Diary, and I'm finally back again with another video. Today I'll be talking about the series Surviving Romance that is now on Webtoon. This is going to be a relatively, I'm going to be very honest, it's going to be a relatively surface level video. First impressions. I've been really thinking about doing this video, but I was just like, I don't know, I was having difficulties. Like, it wasn't really smooth coming with like what I wanted to talk about, so I'm just going to talk about very general basic ideas. I will be pre-recording, well, attempting to pre-record another video today so y'all can watch on the series The Untouchable Lady. So watch out for that. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna talk about the plot. Surviving Romance. First of all, let's talk about the plot. Surviving Romance is a fantasy, well, it's a horror romance series. And it's about a girl who basically transmigrated into a novel, Charon, and she is expecting herself to have this happy ending. She has become the heroine of the novel, which is different because most of the time they become like the villain or a side character, but that's not the point. So the contrast here is that she's become the heroine of this novel, and she is with the male lead, Jaeha, which I will note to you guys, there is a secondary male lead to this novel. So basically she is thinking that she's gonna have her happy ending, and it goes awry. The day that they're supposed to confess to each other and live kumbaya doesn't happen, and a zombie apocalypse happens, and the genre completely changes to shoujo romance to horror. So first of all, the art is really good. I'm not gonna like lie to you. I think the art is really pretty, and I think it really comes close with the contrast, because it's like the art is really pretty and really like flowery, has a lot of bright pink colors, specifically with the main character's look, and then it's contrasted with like zombies and the violence that happens. The violence is still pretty though, but yeah. Some things I wanted to talk about are a couple concepts I find really interesting. When I talk about these videos, I think what made me kind of conflict about this video is like there's more like plot. I like to talk about more so character dynamics, whether platonic, familial, and like their thought process. That's like the thing that kind of interests me when I'm like making these videos. So I decided when I was going to talk about was going to be about, first of all, her obsession with having a happy ending. If you watch her, I had to reread it, didn't even notice. If you watch her, you reread it, you'll notice how she has this obsession with a happy ending. And I realized that I kind of skipped over it, that it is implied that her life, her real life, was not particularly great. So when she came into this world, it's kind of like this escapism, because now she's set for life. Supposedly, she's supposed to be set for life, which doesn't happen. And she's not in love with Jaeha. It's more so like an obsession with the golden ticket. Jaeha is her way to a perfect life. And at first, when I first read it, I thought that, I don't know why I thought this, but it's something that she made. It was a kind of illusion that the Charon kind of created for herself, is that she made us, the reader, believe that she could not survive without him. And then I realized, wait, because every time he would die, she would die. So I was starting to think like, oh, we have to save him, because she remembers every time she was like, I have to save him. So it made me believe that if he died, she died. No. That's a paradox she created for herself. She can 100% survive without Jaeha. It's just like, it's not really about surviving, it's about getting that happy ending. Another thing to note is her lack of inability to see her classmates. One thing that really kind of grinded my gears, well, let's talk, a lot of people were talking about Charon's attitude. I've seen a lot of people have qualms with how she treats her classmates. But realistically, it makes sense. First of all, she's set in a kind of shoujo world. And in this world, like most of the characters are they're like generic stereotypes. They're not really that good. Not that they're all terrible, but in a novel or a drama, even so, if you look at the cast of characters, most of them do not have that much effect on the plot. And she sees this world as simply fiction that has come alive than a real experience. So when you look at a novel, you have your main characters, you have your side characters. You know, if you watch a series like what was series? I would say Kaichu wa Maid Sama. There's several side characters, and if you know that there's a group of boys that are side characters. Are they funny? Are they there for a purpose? Yes. Do they have any serious effect on the plot? No. And that's kind of like how it was for her. They did not register to her. And also, she said she was scared. If you read it, she said that she was scared. Noticeably, yes, if you see a bunch of faceless shadows, you wouldn't really pay any mind. And Jaeha is legit her light of her world. He looks like a normal person, and he's gonna give her that happy ending. So she can't even decipher who's who. So that's another thing that is a conflict. And then she found later on, we find out that, of course, that once she like recognizes them and gets them to trust her and stuff like that, then they'll start to appear because they have been registered as being like main characters, like actual functional characters in her story. That's what I think it is, in my opinion. But I think, and a lot of this causes conflicts later on, these conflicts, because if you watch, first of all, some of these characters that are getting revealed aren't even like, they're like, if we were to see this through a novel lens, they would be antagonists. Like we have the first one? It was one of them. It's at least two characters that have been revealed that are antagonists. The one with the voodoo doll, Charon was like, it was her, and they tried to act like she was victim. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that she isolated herself from the classroom. If she didn't isolate herself from the classroom and interacted with the others, they wouldn't be so quick to point the finger. They only point the finger because they think that she's stuck up. And you're like, And there's another one, a girl that spreads a lot of rumors. And it's just like, are we supposed to like think that she's a good person? Like, are we just supposed to sweep this under the rug? Or maybe I'm confused. Another thing, funny thing. So, there's one character that kind of is the butterfly effect for this new version of Charon, is when they grab her. First of all, let's get into it. I thought that this character was a dude. I don't know why I thought it was a guy, but I thought it was a guy. But she looks exactly what I thought she would look like anyway. I thought they would have dark hair. They do. And they basically giving her hope that she can survive. Like, it doesn't stop with Jaeha. And that was really good. And early characters, most of the characters that are getting revealed are female characters. Later on, for sure, we're gonna get like the male cast members, which I think that were interesting. Most of the characters that have been revealed so far are pretty some of them are kind of like to me, but the other ones are relatively good. Like the class president, I think she's sweet. They seem pretty thing. But like another thing I wanted to talk about is Jaeha. Jaeha, I think he was drawn that way on purpose. While he is cute, he's so irrelevant. Jaeha is more like an idea than a person. He's a symbol, but nothing else. He is very bland, very uninteresting. He's not a bad person. He's sweet. One of my favorite part, I will say so far, is when she killed one of her classmates and was like, Jaeha, come on, like, we're good now. And his face, it was just like, that's the first time you'll see him with a actual like extreme extreme reaction, because usually the scenes we get with him are like interactions that are premeditated through the novel. So that was the first like random like expressive thing we seen of him, and I thought it was relatively interesting, and I thought it was really oh, sorry, I had to sneeze. I thought it was like really cool that she killed someone. In theory, it made sense, but like we understand as the readers why she killed her classmate, but like she didn't realize until she was finished, like, damn, like I just killed someone in front of everybody. And I think someone noted that it's easier to kill somebody, like, no, she forgot that they're like real people, because she doesn't identify them as real people. They look like shadows, so it was easy because she doesn't even know who she's killing, to do it off hinge. That was something else. Another thing I want to talk about real quick is this this weird rhetoric about how she's obsessed with boys. I think it's a really over dramatic thing that keeps being said and pushed by the author just to cause disarray. Because like, why boys plural? The only guy she's obsessed with is Jeha. So why we keep who's the boys? She doesn't even pay attention to the boys. As I told y'all, which I will be dropping his face, there is a secondary male lead. And he looked good. No tea. He looked good. I think he looked better than Jeha. That's just my opinion. And she knew that he existed, and she never saw him out or anything. She didn't care whatsoever. So it's just like, why do y'all keep saying the boys? Like, why don't y'all just say Jeha? It seems really ridiculous as a way to like just point, like, have a negative aspect on her when she's only obsessed with one boy. But maybe, because I think there was one line, he was like, oh, I thought you were only interested in boys. Who the fuck are the boys? Be specific. And they know it's Jeha, so I don't know why they said that. Like, I don't know, that's something that just bothers me, because like one of the big things is when she tells our classmates like she gave up on Jeha. And honestly, there's a lot of like characters that are kind of like having me like, another character I think that's kind of pisses me off is the teacher. I don't like it. I don't like the teacher at all. And I find it funny that the scene I think is really funny is when she basically is talking to the teacher, not knowing it's a student, and she starts, I think she cursed at them. And they was like, oh, you don't realize you're talking, why are you talking to the teacher like that? And she was like, because she can't tell the difference. So it's just like, it is all the same to her. Yeah, I think that's about all I have to say for this video. Very short, very simple, and to the point. I just been having time to like make videos, so sorry if this is like a poor one. I'm just focusing on my art stuff these days, since I'm on break for college. So yeah, but I hope y'all enjoyed it. So bye.